MakeCAP ECOCompare finds the hidden differences between capture schematic DSN files. In this movie, we'll find all the changes in NetList connectivity between the schematics. We'll find not just if nets are added or deleted between the schematics, we'll find changes in the nets themselves. We'll find change pins in the nets even if the nets are the same in both schematics. This is the idea of collection objects, like nets, parts, and match groups, and the member objects they're built from, like pins and PinPairs, and finding changes in both types of objects. We'll see changes from the point of view of the nets. Did their pins change? And changes from the point of view of the pins. Did they migrate from one net to the other? Was a pin used in a net in one schematic, but unconnected in the other? Thanks for watching our movie on how ECOCompare finds the real differences between capture schematics to help you in the real and demanding engineering work you do every day. To start ECOCompare, open Sidecar from within Capture and select the Compare icon. You can compare the DSN currently open in Capture with another DSN file on disk, or you can compare any two DSN files. Neither DSN file has to be open in Capture in order to use ECOCompare. To find changes in nets and changes in the pins within the nets, select Net Pins from the Compare Objects list. The two files being compared are named by ECOCompare, File 1 and File 2. Objects found only in File 1 but deleted in File 2 are shown in blue. Objects added in File 2 are shown in red. Objects like pins and nets that are in both files but change nets are shown in black on a red background. Objects that are unchanged and common to both files are shown in black on a white background. Here we're displaying only the nets and pins that have differences between the two files. We can also choose to display all of the combined nets and pins from both files. The display is divided into a left side and right side. On the left, we see changes from the point of view of the nets. Was the pin deleted from the net in File 1, or was the pin added to the net in File 2? The first column is the net name, followed by a pin change in File 1 or a pin change in File 2, and then the type of change is identified. On the right side, we see changes from the point of view of the pin. Is a pin only in a File 1 net, only in a File 2 net, or did it migrate from one net to another between File 1 and File 2? We can filter the display to show all items or show only the ones that have differences. Let's show all items. Nets and pins that are unchanged are shown as black on a white background. Let's switch back and display only the nets and pins that changed between the two files. Here's the collection display on the left showing changes from the viewpoint of the nets. We're only showing entries with differences. Each entry displays a net, a pin in File 1 or in File 2, and the type of difference. This net pin view shows two types of differences: the addition or deletion of nets themselves, and changes to the pins within the nets. This display includes both types of NetList changes. Let's see some specific examples. Some nets are shown in blue. These nets only exist in File 1 and are deleted in File 2. Here, the nets are in black on white, only the pins are blue. These are pin changes only. The nets are in both files. The blue pins are only in the nets in File 1. The nets in red are added in File 2. They don't exist in File 1. Finally, the nets in black on white with red pins are in both files, but the red pins are added to the nets in File 2. We can sort the collection view display on any field. In this example, we'll look at the Differences Only listings. To sort, press the label at the top of any column. Toggle the selection to change the direction of the sort. In this Show All view, we'll look at all net collection objects. This will let us data mine the combined net lists from File 1 and File 2. Since we're including all nets, many nets and their pins will be common to both files and remain unchanged. These will appear as black on a white background. In this comprehensive display, you can fully assess changes from the net point of view. Select any column label to sort, toggle the label to change the sort direction. In this display, we look at the net changes from the point of view of the pin members. This gives us a very different alternate perspective on NetList changes. Each entry is for a specific pin. A pin may be in a File 1 net only, in a File 2 net only, or the pin may be in a net in both files, but change its association from an original net in File 1 to a different net in File 2. Each pin entry is followed by its File 1 net, File 2 net, and the type of difference that's occurred. Let's see the different kinds of pin changes. This net was in a net in File 1, but not in any net in File 2. It's unconnected in File 2. This next pin moved from a net in File 1 to a different net in File 2. This pin wasn't used in File 1, but is now used in a net in File 2. The member differences displayed can be sorted on a field by selecting the label at the top of the column. Toggling the label will change the direction of the sort. We can display and sort all combined net pins from both files that have been used in at least one net. Here is the complete display of all pin members. We can cross-link the collection list display and the member list display by turning on the cross-link switch. When crosslink is enabled, selecting an entry in either list highlights that entry in the other list. If either of the compared DSN files is open in Capture, we can cross-probe from ECOCompare collections and members to your Capture schematic. To enable, turn on the cross-probe switch in ECOCompare. Selecting any entry in the collection and member lists will go to and highlight in Capture. Since we have both cross-probe and crosslink turned on, selecting an entry highlights in both Capture and in the other list. There are compare screens in ECOCompare for all types of objects that are collections of members. These include parts and pins, match groups and pin pairs, and many others. Here's an example of comparing changes in files for parts and their pins. This display shows all part pins. Sorting on differences displays the changes for the collection point of view and for the member point of view. Thanks for watching our movie on MakeCAP ECOCompare and seeing how to find all the changes between Capture schematics for both collection objects and member objects. Please watch our movie on using MakeCAP's revolutionary Visualize technology to help you see and recognize these changes with just a glance.